Yeah, I quit the Live Nation tour. Yeah, everybody fucking over. I did 5 shows, 3 days, 1 city, and didn't get a penny. I booked my own flight, own hotel. I ain't get a penny. They said, "Oh man, we gonna mail you a check, $10.99. You think you do your $10.99?"
Morning, Live Nation called me at 8 o'clock in the morning. Said Charleston White has to be off the show. Me, dog, me. I said, yo, keep that brother on the show. I told him, keep him on the show, and we did 5 shows. So when you said you quit, then you really fell into their hands. I didn't know how I was going to tell you couldn't do the other 80 cities. I wish you the best, fam. I wish you the best, and your check is going to be in the mail.
Good evening, America and the rest of the world. Xander J. Hobson here, stand-up comedian, entertainer, director, and producer of boxing documentaries, and internet troll to those who need internet trolling. This here is another episode of The Devil's Advocate, brought to you by the Brilliant Artist Movement. I'm trying to grow the platform, so please subscribe, like this video, share it, and by all means, leave a comment in the comment section because I enjoy checking out the feedback from these videos that I make, as well as exchanging opinions and points of view with you all. I cannot stress enough, I need you to hit the like and share button so that my videos can get out there into the algorithm and that I can grow my channel. So anyway, it seems as though the odd couple of T.K. Kirkland and Charleston White has come to an end. At the very beginning, when these two initially announced that they would start doing business with one another, I said to myself, wow, okay, let's see how long this works out. T.K. Kirkland and Charleston White, they both had strong personalities. And even though Charleston White humbled himself to T.K. Kirkland, T.K. Kirkland is the type of guy that could very easily rub anybody the wrong way.
You look at a guy like me at this stage of my life, I'm doing good, got a couple of $100 million properties and stuff, right? And I hate myself.
No, you don't.
Look at you, nigga. You look at you, nigga. Look at you. You gotta tell me how I feel about myself.
Really?
Who are you, nigga? Who are you to tell me? Who are you, period? This is who I am.
Right, I respect that. But me and you go so way back.
I know, but listen, this is just so people have, you don't know what I've seen.
That's so true, though. That's so true.
We all see.
Yeah.
That's so true. Yeah, I haven't walked in your shoes. You're absolutely right.
You guys seen the clip where T.K. Kirkland rubbed Mike Tyson the wrong way. So with the kind of personality that Charleston White had, I really didn't see him and T.K. Kirkland working together, but for so long. But it was a noble attempt on the part of both of them. T.K. Kirkland probably looking at Charleston White star on the rise as an opportunity for him to tap into the youth or Charleston White's audience. That's the one great thing I have to say about TK. Aside from him being a dynamic comedian, T.K. Kirkland is a visionary. And when I listen to a lot of his interviews, I see that T.K. Kirkland invested heavily into cultivating friendships and business relationships with the youth. Again, you would think that guys like him and Charleston White could put aside their differences and work together. But at the end of the day, in my opinion and from my experience, T.K. Kirkland and Charleston White are two drastically different kinds of individuals. T.K. Kirkland is the kind of guy who seemed to have always gotten away with it, and it being various type of bad things by the omission of T.K. Kirkland himself. Again, he's always seemed to have gotten away with it just by the skin of his teeth. Whereas Charleston White, on the other hand, he was a guy who was a little hooligan out in the street, and he got arrested and convicted and spent the earlier part of his life in juvenile corrective facilities, thus paying his debt to society early in life. And when he got out of jail, he being Charleston White worked toward being a finer, better human being so that he could go on to live a finer, better life. If you're asking me, if I had to just say out loud, I think that between the two of them, I think that Charleston White has more integrity than T.K. Kirkland. T.K. Kirkland himself has admitted on several occasions to doing some real scumbag shit.
I get on the set of Beverly Hills Cop with Eddie Murphy. We hanging. And then one day, man, we went shopping at the Beverly Center. And we came back, and for some reason, Charlie Murphy's washing his perm. I'm sitting on the sink. Okay. And some said, rob these niggas.
Hey, listen, man. All right, doing good business with somebody who self-admitted that he was hanging with some dudes who showed him mad love, and a voice in his head just said, rob these niggas? Man, come on, bro.
Back in the day, I had, I didn't steal Puffy's credit card. Female stole his card. I never snitched on the female. And she never stole the card, she just had access to his number. And what I did was I used it improperly, got caught, never snitched on nobody. And the rest is history.
And I believe that T.K. Kirkland had even done some slimy shit to Suge Knight. So again, between the two of them, if I had to choose, I would say that Charleston White has more integrity because, again, whenever you steal from people, it shows that you had no problem whatsoever betraying someone's confidence in you. First and foremost, in hindsight, Charleston White didn't need T.K. Kirkland. Charleston White was doing his own thing over here with the YouTube thing and Instagram and all the other live streaming, and he had pretty much made himself a household name without even knowing what he was doing. However, when Charleston stepped over into the comedy realm and started messing with the stand-up, I could understand why he jumped at the opportunity to start working with T.K. Kirkland.
T.K. Kirkland picked me for his Live Nations comedy show. Right? So 56 cities, 4 countries.
Damn. Come on now. That's different. That's different type of flex now. You got a passport.
I mean, what up and coming comedian wouldn't like the opportunity to work with T.K. Kirkland? I mean, an established comedian would like the opportunity to work with T.K. Kirkland. So I understand why Charleston White started working with TK, and I understand why TK started working with Charleston. But in hindsight, it seems like a situation that was destined to fail. I don't think I was the only one standing on the sidelines waiting to see this union of the two fail. I think a lot of people knew or thought that the union would fail just based on the personalities and the characteristics between the two.
Now, when I first heard he was doing a Live Nation tour with T.K. Kirkland, the first thing I said was, listen, bro, like, Charleston White deserves the worst. But Charleston White don't deserve to get scammed. When I think about T.K. Kirkland, bro, the first thing that comes to my mind is scam. How could you not think scam, bro, when T.K. Kirkland is known in the industry, bro, for scandaling and finessing people he used to F with?
I don't understand. Well, I do understand why TK started working with Charleston White. But again, I'm certain that TK himself even knew that the relationship wouldn't last for so long because Charleston White had a fallout with Vlad, and he had a fallout or a shouting contest with D.L. Hughley. And these are two guys who are close friends, or at least I get the impression that they're close friends with TK. So I don't understand why TK would try to do business with someone who isn't on good terms with people who are near and dear to his heart. But, you know, these are my thoughts on the matter. I listened to TK talking about Charleston, and I listened to Charleston talking about TK. I've been paying close attention to this whole thing because I am an up-and-coming stand-up comedian. I like and respect both of these men when it comes to the profession and the field of comedy. Charleston has been getting on stage. He's been doing his things. He's been getting stronger and stronger and stronger with each outing. TK Kirkland does his thing whenever he gets on stage. But again, you have accusations flowing back and forth.
So the San Diego show, this is what broke my heart, homie. Because I was kind of looking at TK like big uncle, homie, 60-something-year-old nigga. He called me into his little room down there, and he said, tonight don't try to be funny. Just talk shit. I don't think you're getting that good. Just talk shit. And I said, huh? I said, I killed him. He had a bad night in Las Vegas because he was kind of sick. I killed him. I haven't done the same set twice yet. And I've done over 30-something comedy shows. I haven't repeated the same thing twice yet. I don't know what I'm going to say, nigga. And I killed him. He said, man, leave your plot. So when
you have Charleston White saying that TK Kirkland wasn't funny. You have TK Kirkland saying that Charleston White wasn't funny. Well, that's just a matter of opinion because comedy is something that is subjective. What's funny to me may not be funny to Charleston, and what's funny to Charleston might not be funny to TK. But at the end of the day, if the crowd is laughing and if the crowd is supporting you, then guess what? You're funny. It doesn't matter what any of the other comedians think. It's what the audience thinks. And from what I saw, Charleston White was rocking that crowd, and we know that TK can rock the crowd. But it all was coming down to the money. It appeared as though that Charleston White was spending a lot of his own out-of-pocket money to be a part of this tour. And one of the things that I found suspect and suspicious was TK Kirkland and Live Nation kept telling Charleston White that the check is in the mail. The check is in the mail. Well, if I render my services for someone and they keep telling me that the check is in the mail, I think it's time for me to give my lawyer a call because I get the impression that you're trying to screw me. TK Kirkland insists that it's a corporate thing, and he insists that corporate takes their time to cut you a check. And in that case, TK is right. I have done my fair share of business with the corporate bigwigs, but I don't know. A lot of it sounds suspicious. When I hear a man keep saying, my brother, my brother, my brother, my brother, I'm looking for the knife in his hand. I want to be very careful not to turn my back on him. Again, you know, just sitting here between the two of them, if I had to just pick a side, when it comes to the thing called integrity, I think I would have to lean toward Charleston White. I've been checking this thing out. I've been following it closely because I would make videos about it. I keep hearing TK Kirkland contradicting himself.
But I'm grown. I'm a grown man. So I don't go to social media and air out businesses or confusion. You know, I got the records approved. I call to check on people, make sure that they're straight. Only females go on social media and complain and whine. That's a female trait. I would never do that. I don't move like that.
Well, just his presence on the internet discussing what we're talking about now is contradictory. It's hypocritical. This is what we all do. We get on this internet, we make videos, and we try to get views, we try to get subscribers so that we can grow our channel and we can make money. There's nothing feminine about this. This is what everyone who's anyone is doing if you're into this social media thing. So, you know, these were my thoughts on what's going on. I like Charleston White. The main reason I like Charleston is because Charleston is a guy who committed a crime. He went to jail. He served his time. He paid his debt to society. And now he's out here living a finer, better life while trying to point the youth in the right direction. T.K. Kirkland, on the other hand, I am an admirer of his work. I'm an admirer of his accomplishments. But, you know, T.K. Kirkland, the man, he's an admitted scumbag. And, you know, I don't know if I would want to spend any real quality time around him if the opportunity presented itself, because any man who has done some of the underhanded things that T.K. Kirkland has admittedly done, that's the kind of man that's a snake in the grass. And if you spend any time around a snake, you'll know that a snake will bite you at the first opportunity it gets. So these are my thoughts on the matter. I hope that T.K. Kirkland and Charleston White can get through this without any litigation. I hope that Charleston White's money kicks in and he gets what's due to him. But at the end of the day, Charleston White definitely got the right attitude toward this whole thing. He didn't look at it so much as a loss. He looked at it as a lesson. And with that said, I'm done with it.